A while ago I posted a video about um, the buying of gold. I can't remember, it was 2-3 years, I have to look, but I'll post a link for that video below. And I asked 3 questions and nobody really, well, one person kind of answered it pretty good, but my 3 points were like, how do you spend it, what do you do about counterfeits, and I don't know, the third point I can't remember. It was longer than 5 minutes ago, so I don't remember. And one person answered it pretty good. He said it's probably not good for SHTF per se, because in the midst of the crisis, it's no better or no worse than regular currency. But why you should buy gold or silver or precious metals is to hedge inflation. Well, yesterday I got a wild hair and I looked up the price of gold and silver, and it's pretty much, I wouldn't say tanked, but it's gone down to pre 3 year ago prices. Let's put it that way. It was, I think, at the height. I'll put the charts up, but it's definitely not worth as much as it was even last year. So I want to give my insight on what I know about metal prices and commodities in general. I worked for a manufacturer that bought a lot of metal, and we made metal parts. And we had a customer, I guess, not a customer, I'm sorry, a supplier came in, and I applaud them because they took a proactive approach to educating their customer, the company I work for. And what the guy told me, and he's, I don't know what his background, how long, what his veracity is. Look that word up. I don't doubt his veracity, but he told us that the way the commodity market works is that you got these speculators. It's not like a club or anything, but you've got speculators in general, just kind of like people in the shooting community. We're all out buying 22 long rifle ammo now. So you've got these speculators that all of a sudden want to buy this certain commodity. It's a phenomenon of society. Train. But these speculators go and they kind of make their rounds, and they'll pick a metal. They say, oh well, this metal has been underperforming, so let's buy a bunch of it and hold on to it. So they're still mining it, they're still producing it, they're still manufacturing, but they bought the rights to gold. At that time it was nickel, so I'll talk about nickel. So what these guys do, they go to these mines and they say, I want to buy 5 years worth of production from your mine. Here's the money. So now they own 5. I don't know if that is really how it works, but somehow they buy the rights to X amount of material, and so then the next guy buys X amount. So then the normal consumer is kind of locked out. And so you have to buy at what the market prices are. So say, again, nickel was, I'm making this number up, $5 a pound. All of a sudden, the supply artificially dries up because these guys are buying it but not selling it. So then the price gradually increases to, say, I don't know, $20 or $30 a pound. Well, that has a ripple effect. Everything that's made out of nickel is going to go up to reflect the price of nickel. So a lot of this specific person was saying, so when you buy nickel-based bar from us, you're going to see a surcharge. I don't know what they called it, mining surcharge or something like that. So they pass it along to the customer, and then again, the company I work for, we pass that cost along to our customer because we're in business to make money. So that's no different than any other commodity. So that's what's happening with. I'm 99.99% sure that's what's happening with gold and silver. These people, they manufacture a demand, and then they ride the crest while it's high, and then they dump it, and they don't tell you anything about it. So if you notice, you don't hear anything lately, not like you used to. I mean, I used to hear every day, probably every other commercial was something about buying gold or buying silver, mostly gold. Gold line, gold source, gold whatever. And, you got celebrities pushing it. You've got doomsday people saying, oh, uncertain times, you got to buy gold, hedge your, hedge your bets against inflation, something like that. So that's what's really happening. And from the prices I've seen now, I'm not surprised. They're still not $800 an ounce, but they're definitely. I remember specifically one commercial that said it's at these rates. It's very likely we will see gold prices at $2,200 an ounce if they follow the trends. They're very careful about what they say. So anyway, they were predicting $2,200 an ounce around this time, and as the chart shows, we're down about $1,300, $1,400 an ounce. I mean, it's still a lot of money if you bought it at $800, $900. But the problem is, most of you probably bought it at $1,600, $1,600 an ounce, or even $1,800. I think it hit $1,800 at one time, and now it's down to. So I don't know about you, but I don't have what was that, $400 in 1 ounce to lose. So I don't know what to say. I didn't go crazy. I mean, everything is a risk. Everything is a risk. You have to do your research, and you have to kind of step back and look at the big picture. Read the trends. Don't go back 6 months. Don't go back 2 months. Don't go back even a year. Go back 5, 10 years. The worst person to ask about whether you should buy or sell is the person selling it. Because they'll always tell you, oh yeah, you should buy, you should buy. So that's my take on the commodities market. Hope that gave you some information to make decisions by. Have a good day. See ya.